It's like I forgot how to start a YouTube video. Hey guys, what's up? It's Lexi Herzog back at it with another YouTube video. I know, what? I haven't been on this platform in like so long. I got this idea this morning to film this video, and so I am super excited to film it. At first I was thinking, oh, I should just put this into an Instagram post, that would be awesome. But then I started writing out my Instagram caption and it was like, and I was like, okay, now that's like a whole essay, nobody wants to read that. So let's just make a YouTube video on it. So here I am making another YouTube video. So what I want to talk about today is shame. What that means that I'm gonna have to be super real and open and vulnerable with you guys so that it can help you as well. Like a real deep dive into myself and into yourself, and I hope that the stories that I tell you can help you not to be in this spiral that just keeps going around. So I want to talk about a podcast first off, which is how I realized all of this shame and what to do with it. And it is called The Betrayed, The Addict, and The Expert. And it is about this couple who got married, and her husband, she didn't know when she married him at the time, but then found out later in their marriage, was addicted to pornography and ended up having 2 affairs. And they went through a whole bunch of counseling and therapy, and that is who the expert on their podcast is, would be the person who they really liked the most, like the therapist they liked the most. And they all talk about all the different struggles and challenges, and they talk about things like rebuilding trust and improving relationships. And so I'm gonna dive right into shame. And I really like this one episode that they did, which made everything clear to me about what it was that I was feeling, and helped me just to understand more of where it comes from and why I was feeling that way. Okay, so I'm not gonna tell you guys what the name of the episode that I really liked necessarily is until the very end of this YouTube video, because I want to share some examples and not give it away. I let shame control my actions for so long. Actually, until like yesterday when I listened to this episode, was I still letting that happen? And I didn't realize it. I didn't realize that was the feeling that I was feeling, and that's what was controlling me. Sometimes I could recognize it and feel it, but I didn't know where it was necessarily coming from, where that feeling was created. Okay, so sometimes I would feel shame when I would get invited to go to an activity where we volunteered with my family or by myself and do good, but I just was too busy, or I just didn't want to. But I kept telling myself, you know, I should go do this because it's such an awesome opportunity for me to help serve somebody. I should want to do this because Heavenly Father wants us to do service, so I should want to do those things. And so I have to because I should, so I'm going to. And of course I would still have fun when I went and I enjoyed it, but I just started to feel so much shame because I was supposed to go do this, right? I should be able to do that. I should do that. And so then I would start to feel shame that I'm not enough, I'm not good enough, I am not Christ-like enough. And so then I would just start to get down on myself for feeling like I didn't want to go do this. So in that example, I'm not sure if you guys picked up on where the shame came from, but it's from the word should. Should carries a lot of shame. You should go do this. You should be this way. Yes, of course it was a good thing, you know, like, should I not be a nice person? Should I not be kind? Should I not be Christ-like? You don't have to be. Nobody's saying that you have to be. It's coming from all up here. It's where you're getting, I should be this way. I should act like this. I should participate in these activities. then when you don't want to, then that's where the shame comes from. Or when you fall short of that, then shame. So I would always go to these activities and not show up as my best self because I was motivated by fear and shame. I feel a lot of shame for things I haven't even done yet, things way out in the future. And I let it control my future because I'm like, my future should be like this. But the truth is, it doesn't have to be like that. I could want it to be like that. I could want to be kind. I could want to be more Christ-like. I could, if that's what I want for my life. If I want the ripple effect that being kind and Christ-like has for my own life. But that doesn't mean I have to and that I should. I was always living in shame and fear for things that I haven't even done yet, choices I haven't even made, because I know that I don't necessarily want to, but I think that everybody's telling me that I should. I feel like society says, you should do this. You should be this way. And so then I would start to feel shame. I should be like this. And one of the symptoms of shame is depression. And depression is something so complex and complicated and so hard to necessarily understand sometimes, and to get right into what's causing it all. Here's another example of another time when I just recently felt a lot of shame and could recognize it. And it happened like this week, like a couple days ago. So what happened was I came home from work one day and Alex and I were hanging out, and I was feeling so unmotivated to do anything. But Alex had all this energy and he wanted to go out and play soccer with my sisters, or to go outside and just jump on the tramp, or to do something, and all I wanted to do was nothing. I wanted to do nothing. I started to feel shame because I kept telling myself, you should go outside with Alex. You should want to do fun things. You should want to spend quality time with him. You should go spend quality time with your family. And I was shoulding all over myself, is what the podcast likes to say. Shoulding. I was just shoulding myself over and over again. I should do this. I should be more like this. I should want to be fun. I should be fun. And then I just started to feel more and more shame, and more depression was a symptom of that. And I literally couldn't even move out of my bed. My bed is pressed up against the window so I can see out to the backyard where Alex and all of my sisters were playing soccer, and I just stared at them. I was like, I should go out there. I should go outside because it's so nice today. The more and more I kept telling myself these things, the harder and harder it was for me to even get out of bed. I had no motivation. I couldn't do anything because I was shoulding myself. And I realized that I was feeling so much shame, but I didn't understand why until I listened to that podcast. And then everything started to make sense of that's why sometimes I can't go do things, is because I've should myself. That's why I'm not progressing in life and I'm just sitting here. But at the same time that I was just laying there watching Alex and my sisters have fun outside, I was trying to deny the feelings that I was having and tell myself, oh, I don't feel tired. I don't feel no motivation. I just tried to push all of my thoughts and feelings down and shut them out so that I could do what I was shoulding myself to do. The more I was thinking all these things, I just kept spiraling down, because the more shame I was feeling, the more depressed I was feeling, and then I was feeling so ashamed for feeling depressed, and I just kept all the way down. And that's not a good way to make choices, but that's how I would make choices. Accept the feelings that you're feeling and say, I can feel this way. I can choose something different, but I don't have to. So while Alex and my sisters were outside having a great time, I turned to my buffer. And my buffer personally is, I have a couple. It's Netflix, Happy Coloring, and Sudoku. And they're all on my phone. It's just super easy, always there to be able to just turn to it and turn my brain off, tune everything out, tune out all my feelings and thoughts, and just buffer. And if you don't really know what a buffer necessarily is, that's okay, because I didn't know until I started doing life coaching what it was either. And it is something you turn to. It can be video games, Netflix, sleeping, anything that helps you put off responsibility. Other buffers people might have is cooking or baking or drugs or alcohol, because all those things help you to numb feelings and to numb emotions that you don't want to have or thoughts you don't want to have. And so that's kind of all I wanted to say for this video, is don't should yourself and listen to that podcast. Oh, right, the episode that I really like that talks about don't should yourself is from May 9th, 2017. The title of it is Friday 5, Why Should Comes From Shame. The name of the podcast, again, if you forgot, is The Betrayed, The Addict, and The Expert. I have gained so much from listening to their podcast, even though I'm not married, and so I don't deal with the problems that they have. I still can relate them back to me and my life and get so much out of them that will help me in my relationships and progressing through life. So I will maybe see you guys again next time, but don't hold me to anything soon, because like I said, my last YouTube video was over a year ago, so maybe I'll see you next week, maybe I'll see you in a couple months, maybe I will see you in a couple years. Guess we'll see. Let me know if you guys like these kinds of videos, and if you do, then I will try really hard to do one, but I'm not gonna should myself into it. See you guys next time.